What the fuck is the deal? It's your boy Leekautorepair here. Got another video for y'all today. In this video, I'm gonna show y'all how to check your oil in your car or truck. I got an 09 Toyota Corolla for an example. This may be similar, dipstick may be different, whatever. I'll explain, but this applies to most cars and trucks, so you can use the same principles, go about it the same way, and you should be okay. So let's get it the fuck in. First step into checking your oil, you want to locate the lever for the hood. So once you find that, pop it, and if you don't know how to do that, just like that. All right, after you got the hood pop, you want to locate your dipstick. Now your dipstick will always be on top of the engine. For this car, it's yellow. Sometimes you gotta look for a little color or something like that. Sometimes you gotta look for something stamped that says engine oil. If you look right here, you'll see that it says it right there. Some vehicles are different, cars and trucks, depending on which engine size you have. Rear-wheel drive cars, it'll always be like on the side or like left and right or whatever. Cars like this, 4-cylinder inline 4, it'll always be on top of the head. But if you have any questions or need some tips or advice or whatever, you can always Google it. You'll get some answers. All right, so you got the hood pop, you located the dipstick. If you're having trouble finding your dipstick, read your owner's manual. You can Google it. You can call somebody who has mechanical experience. Whatever the fuck you want to do is up to you. So enough of that. Now you need a paper towel, a rag, or napkin, whatever. Something to clean off the dipstick, because that's how this is what we're gonna use to be checking our readings, and this is very important. So pull the dipstick out, just like that. Now, this is the dipstick. Okay, let me clean it off for you so you know. All right, dipsticks like these. All right, comes with a little indent, little marking there right here, one, and then you have another one right there. All right, when you see shit like this dot means low at oil. This dot right here means that the oil level is good. So we're gonna go by these markings to tell if we need oil or not. So let's go ahead and insert the dipstick. Before I insert the dipstick, I just want to explain that when you want to check your engine oil level, it's best to have the engine kind of like warmed up a little bit. If not, at least cycle the engine so that way the oil can go through and, you know, get back at the bottom of the pan, and that way we can get an accurate reading of how much oil is in the engine. So if you got finished driving, you want to hurry up and pop the hood and check the oil, you can do that, or just start the car, let it run for a few seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, whatever, shut it off, and then come under the hood and check your oil. So we got that squared away. So next, I cleaned the dipstick off. I want it clean. When you first pull the dipstick out of the tube, it'll be like you got like oil all on it and shit. So we don't want that. You can't check oil with oil already on it. I'm going to enter the dipstick. Make sure it's in all the way at the bottom. Sometimes you might want to twist it left or right a little bit. Let it sit for like 2-3 seconds. Pull it back out. Alright, now as you can see, this dot right here, the oil is at this dot, so that means that the level in this car is good. If your level was like right here, in between these two dots, this is like a normal range. So you have playroom, you know, to fuck with it. If you decide to put oil in it, you can. You don't have to, but just rule of thumb, just stay in between these two dots. But I like to be at this dot at all times. Now if you're low, if you got, let me wipe it off so you can see. Now if you're at this dot, most of the time it means that you need to add a quart. Sometimes you may have to add like 1.5 quarts or 2 quarts, depending on your engine size or how big your fucking oil pan is. It all depends. But in this case, I'm gonna analyze the dipstick. I want to analyze the quality of the oil, like the color and shit. So this oil is fresh. Oil was like a light brown when you first get it. You know your oil was bad when it's black as shit. It looks like fucking sludge. It's similar to this fucking engine cover, or it's just black, period. It's real thick. when you get shit like that, then you know you need to replace your fucking engine oil. All right, so I showed you how to check the oil on a car that the oil change has already been done on. So I just like wanted to show y'all as an example. Now I'm gonna go outside to my car. I drive a 2011 Chevy Camaro SS, and I'm due for an oil change. The information center says that my oil life is at 15%, so I bet that the oil could be a little bit low, and the quality of it, I bet that the oil is dark. So let's go outside and check. I'm at my car. You can see this, the engine bay. So this car has been sitting for a little bit, so I'm just go ahead and fire it up, get the engine oil circulating real good, so that way I can get an accurate reading. Like I said, different cars will vary, but the dipstick on this car should be right here. This one is yellow also. Doesn't say engine oil on it, but I know it's for the engine oil itself. So let's pull it out. Sometimes these dipsticks don't come off easy. You gotta twist it because there's a rubber O-ring. If that O-ring is not lubed up, it'll get stuck in a tube and the dipstick will break off in there. Then you have to remove the whole fucking tube, and that could be a pain in the ass for certain cars. So twist it off, then pull up. Got my dipstick out, and let me point it to the camera. Now, as you can see right here, I don't have 2 dots. I have 3. You can't see it, but I can. But let me. Okay, so the dot that's in the oil that you can't see, that's the low range. This dot in the middle, normal, and this top dot right here, this tells me that the engine is full. So my reading right here is in the middle, normal range. I don't have to add oil. I can, but let's talk about the engine quality. If you see right here, this oil, it's dark. It's similar to what my car looks like. The body, the color is black. It's not necessarily all the way black. It looks black, but if you put it in between your fingers, it'll be brown. So let's put it on my gloves so you can see. Now, if you can see right there, new oil is light brown, like I said. This one it looks black, but extremely dark brown. Let's call it that. It needs to get changed. So once your oil look like that, don't keep adding oil in it, because you're gonna cause problems for you in the long run, and you don't want that. Just get an oil change and just be done with that. Check your oil, and you decide that if how much oil to add, or your dipstick don't even show a reading that there's oil in there, period. So now when you run into problems like that, this is fucking asshole beeping the fucking horn right here because she can't fucking drive, but whatever. All right, so I'm like sidetracked and everything. Sorry, if you pull your dipstick out and you have 0 reading on it, like no oil showing up on the dipstick, that's extremely bad, because you don't know how long you've been running with low oil, and low oil can cause it's oil starvation pretty much. It can result in that. It can come from like you got an oil leak somewhere, so your oil is just, it's coming out somewhere. It ain't staying in the pan. You got to keep adding oil till it shows up on the dipstick, but you should always periodically check that, make sure you have the proper oil level at all times. If you overfilled it, you got to drain some of it back out. If you don't drain it out, then you can cause engine damage, internal damage, and you could create new oil leaks, and that could cost you a lot of fucking money and shit, and you don't want that fucking problem. So all in all, check your oil weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever. Just keep an eye out on your engine oil level. You want the proper level at all times, because an improper level will cause you a lot of fucking money, and you don't want that. So that's that. Just basic, pointers, tips, tricks, whatever, helping you out. I know that YouTube, a bunch of people, channels out there that cover this type of shit already, but this is my fucking channel. I talk about what the fuck I want to talk on here. Not only that, you know how many people out here that drive cars that don't even know how to do something simple like that? So Hope I helped you out. Hope I explained real good. And excuse the wind noise, it's a little windy out here. But I'm done talking. It's your boy Leekautorepair. I'm signing the fuck out of here. If you like this video, if this video was real helpful, give me a thumbs up. Something I missed out, something I didn't say, you got a question, you need help, advice, whatever, leave it in the comment box, or you can message me. That's that. Next video, I'm not sure what the next video would be. Probably some maintenance stuff, because I want to pretty much be able to cover everything under the hood before I start to get any advanced stuff, and you guys just don't ever understand what the hell I'm talking about. So we're gonna do baby steps in this channel. So that's that. Once again, Leekautorepair. Remember the name. You see it at the left corner of the screen at the bottom. And that's that. Be sure to subscribe. I appreciate that.